Hello and welcome back to Moss Valley as we attempt to save Povey Farm from its £5 million crippling debt. I got out early because we've got a lot of subsoiling to do today. We've got this big field. This was our oat field. We need to subsoil this and we need to get barley in the ground. I think is what we decided on, because I think it's too late for wheat. And we can't get nothing else in the ground, so I believe there's barley going in here. Yeah, it's going to take a while. This is definitely going to take us a while. I've already started, I'd say around about 6 o'clock. I think I've been going since 6, maybe a little bit before, to try and get things ahead and running. So I've already subsoiled up and around by where have I done it? Up and around by the turbines. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Why is my steering assist not connecting onto where I want it? There we go. So yeah, I've already done a chunk of it. I thought I'd try and get started on that bit. I'll get the awkward bit out of the way, and then I can relax into just doing some up and down rows at the start, and we'll see how well we do. But I think this is going to take a massive chunk of our day. I want to try and get straight into seeding afterwards as well. And we'll probably do that quite late into the night. But pretty much until we run out of day. Pretty much until we run out of light, we will try and seed, because then tomorrow in October 2, that's pretty much all we're going to be doing. I think this is going to take so long. Seeding is going to take so long. It's going to be all of October used up just sorting this one field out. Now my plan is not to stop and rabbit on too much, because it is, you know, it's subsoiling, and then it's going to be planting, so it's going to be up and down doing the same sort of motion in the same field. So yeah, I'm going to try not to make this first sort of part too long, and we're going to try and see if I can get both days in this episode. My attempts at trying not to make long videos hasn't been going too well lately, so I'll see what I can do. But yeah, everything else on the farm is ticking over quite nicely. During the night, I did do a little bit of landscaping work around the other side of our large field, and I've given us sort of a larger route around, a bit more width to the track, and I've taken a little chunk off the field itself, so I've got room to turn and manoeuvre vehicles without having to drive into crops once it's planted. So that's been done around there. Did a little bit of smoothing as well. Our cows are doing fine. They're fed and they're alright, but we don't have any bedding down. So I'd like to be able to get on that at some point as well. Whether that comes today or whether that comes, you know, in November. They really want bedding down for winter, don't they? So that might be a thing then. Our chickens, I believe, reproduced, and we now have, because I'm pretty sure it was 100 chickens, 3 cocks, so now we've got 200 chickens and 3 roosters at the moment. So we'll see what happens there. I think it only takes them 2 months to reproduce the chickens, so I think when we get the next 100 go in, because we can hold 550 in our chicken pen in that particular one, once we get the next 100 in, I'm gonna sell the original 100, because it doesn't take long for the chickens to keep ticking over. We've got eggs coming. I think by the time the next lot of chickens hatch, the second lot will be ready to start producing eggs, like for reproduction as well. So I think that'll tick over quite quickly. So for a little while, every 2 or 3 months, we might sell 100 chickens, which will give us a little bit of money. It won't give us a lot. We're not going to get rich off it, but it's going to help prolong our wheat that we have for food supplies, really. That's sort of my main thinking on that one. Let's try and make the feed last as long as we can, so we can keep producing eggs for as long as we can, and we get a little bit of money. So that's sort of the plan with that. Like I said, everything else is doing alright. I think we've got about 1,000 litres. I will quickly look. Let's break this up a little bit. So I think milk. Yeah, we've got 1,000 litres of milk. Now to sell it, we need to buy ourselves a tray. Although I've got the tray. I think my water butt will take milk. I'm not sure how hygienic that is. So we could try and sell milk as well. I know it's not a lot, it's only 1,000 litres. But I also don't like, as a rule, I don't like waiting until it's full. Like, waiting until you've got 20,000 litres of milk. So, like, the first, 100,000 litres of milk will have been sitting there for like a few months, maybe a year. Who wants that? So, yeah, we're gonna, since we're struggling with words today, since we are doing the realistic milking times, I think we should try and at least sell the milk regularly. I know I can't necessarily sell it realistically, but maybe sell it regularly would be a good idea. So yeah, you guys let me know in the comments about that. Should I sell... So let's sell the milk monthly. I know it's still a long time, but if we do it daily, every day, that will consume quite a bit of our day when we've got a lot of jobs to do. And it won't feel like we're making a lot of money with it. I think if we sell it monthly, so we'll get 4 milkings, and then we sell. I think that might help us a bit. You let me know in the comments on that one. But I am going to crack on with this subsoiling. I'll get this field finished, and then I will bring you guys back when we are making the decision on the seed drill that we're going to be getting. It'll be most likely a long-term lease, I think. Or it might be a short-term lease, because I'm not drilling the other fields until in the spring. So yeah, we'll see what we get then. But I'll crack on with this, and I'll see you guys when I'm finished here. So it's now about 1:45. We are a little over halfway round on our final headland. So I think we're doing quite well. Haven't had to adjust any times or anything like that. I've just kept it at ×5. That's how we're doing it. So I think we made good progress. There are a few patches out on the field, see over there, where I've missed. So I think when we get the drill, we're gonna have to make sure it's a direct drill so we can go over and make sure we plant on the areas that I did miss. It's just how I am, I think. Useless, absolutely useless. But yeah, it's gone well. It's taken a while. We sort of expected it to, can't lie. This was never going to be a quick job. But with it only being now 10:02, I think we've got a good chance of getting a fair amount of this sewn in today. And I want to try and get, if I can, all of October in this episode. So yeah, we could get out and possibly sort out that meadow that we cut and haven't baled up yet. That would be nice if we can get that done this month as well. And sell the milk. I would like to sell the milk. Let's drop our big old unit down. Let's get the... I've been using cruise control. Taking it easy, take it really easy. Now, even with over 300 horses, we have struggled on the uphill. Downhill, we are hitting 6-7 miles an hour with a working speed. Uphill, 4, if we're lucky, 5. So I think in future, we may have to, although it's shorter lengths, I think if we can do them quicker, we'll be a little bit more productive if we go across the field rather than up and down it. It's a little bit Irish, I know, but we've got to work efficiently, I think. And I think that will be more efficient time-wise. We'll see how it goes, because we could start at the top and just keep going all the way across, work on our way down. Whereas every other row doing it this way, and it'll be the same with all of them. We had the same issue, I think, when harvesting in the other field and in this field. That the uphill obviously, is around about half speed of the downhill. So it's not efficient for time. So that's what we'll try. We'll try that. I'll probably try it with the seeding actually. Start at the top, work our way down. Now, I do need to grab some fuel after this. We're halfway through our fuel, so we'll try and get that sorted as well. So I'm going to leave the subsoiler over on the next field. We'll take the fent, we'll fill it up, and I think we'll probably need the fent for seeding, because I want something that's a little bit bigger than maybe I would normally use, because we're going to lease it. When we get down to a purchase, we'll probably get something. I'm hoping we get a few more mods come in, something that maybe suit the map a little bit more. But we'll get what we can. I say it'll be a lease. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to get like 9 or 12 meters or something like that. We'll still be working probably around about, if we can find something, sort of the 6 to 8 meter range. If there is something there, that would be nice. When we go to buy one, it will probably be closer to 4, 5 or 6. But it depends on what we can get mod wise. Until then, we'll probably keep leasing until there's something there that I really want to buy. That's just how I'm going to do it with this one. I'm happy to lease. I know a lot of people don't like leasing. They don't see it as value for money. Whereas I think leasing is a pretty good way to go. Because you can get stuff maybe that's more expensive than you would normally be able to get if you were to buy it. And yeah, you can get something a little bit bigger. Certainly than that you'd be able to afford if you were purchasing. So let's just stick this over here. I've cut a little bit in there as well while I was doing the. There we go. When I was doing the landscaping. So we're going to come this way. I don't think there is an actual track off the side here, so we might put one of them in as well. But down here, this is what I've changed. I've made this track a little bit wider. I've given us a lot more space down here. Took away some field, took away some grass. So when we've got some machinery, which we will have, we'll be able to get that in there. The grass machinery will probably come in and get parked up down there eventually. That's what's going on there. Our cows are well. But we need some fuel. Let's see if we can fill from here. Hopefully we can. Yes, we can. It's a job. Takes a little while. And then in the store under seeders. Yeah, I think for now, with the time we've got, that's too small, that's too small. I don't like that one. 4 meters. See, that might be something more in the range of something we could buy. I just always find that this is a little bit too long for me, for my my terrible driving. Whereas if I'm going to get something long, it might as well be a little bit bigger. And I'm thinking, now I was thinking about the T-Force, but this would have been better to have gone straight over, because this would have given a ploughed state as well, if I remember rightly, the Novags. And we've already done the subsoiling, so we're paying for something that we've already done with that one. Now, the Ultimate 800, I think, is probably a little bit too big. 8 meters. It's more the seed hopper that I think is a little bit too big. It's wide, isn't it? For my style, for me. I've used the S-Pro, and we've done Horse. Should we go Horse? I think I used the Horse quite a bit though. That's the is 6 meters. It's a good price for 6 meters, and the seed capacity is good. 6 meters here for 116, 120. I think we're going to go for the Bednar. I don't think I ever really used the Bednar, to be fair. In 22, I think I used it when it came out. I think it came along with the veggies, the Bednar stuff. So track loosening tines. Not worried about that. We shouldn't need that. Equipment design. We won't worry about that. Seed and fertilizer. We can adjust that, can we? I don't know how much I'm going to need of each. Ridgemark, I'm not worried about Ridgemark. We've got the GPS, and we're going to lease it. So that's what we're going to go with. We'll have 2,400 litres of seed. We'll have 3,000 litres of fertilizer, so we need to buy them. Get that in there. The power 240, so we should be good. We should be good. Right, yeah, we'll lease that, and we shall buy, because we're going to need to come and pick it up anyway. That's 4,000 litres of seed. We'll buy that, and again we'll do 4 bags of solid fertilizer, which is like over 5.5 grand. It's expensive. We do have liquid fertilizer, so we'll spray afterwards for our second application, but that's what we'll go with that to start with. So we're going to have a fair bit of stuff, shall we say, a fair bit of stuff to bring back to the farm. So soon is going to be the time to buy our Red Rock trailer, I think, so we can get that all on there. But I'll get this filled up, and yeah, I'll meet you down on the field as we start sowing. Now, I've double checked, and we can plant wheat. I was worried that we were going to plant barley. We can plant wheat because we wanted wheat, because that was what we were storing anyway. It's what we were doing for chickens and all that goodness. So we are planting wheat. I have took the time to rotate my GPS, so we should be good for that. That should take us right across. Should still have the cruise control as well. If I then turn this on, get it lowered, we are well away. We are planting, we are getting our first crops in the ground. After we've done this, hoping we're going to have time to roll in the small stones as well. So then we'll have a rolled field, we'll have a well-fertilised field. We're going to do what we can to get the best yield out of this, because we need it. We need as much crop as we can get, because we need to make money. I'm hoping we're going to get enough wheat that maybe we could even sell some. But that's a long way off. That's, you know, that's next September, isn't it? So we shall see. But hopefully there will be enough left over. I'm going to do like I did before, and I'm going to do this awkward top half, or top third, whatever it is, and then I'll work on the rest of it. It's just easier that way in my head to focus on getting around here, doing these, and then I'll work my way down. I just like to get this out of the way, so while I'm concentrating on while I'm fresh on the job. If I come to this near the end, and you know, there's a lot of up and down, and you spend a lot of time sometimes doing this, start to switch off a little bit, especially when you're using the course play and when you're using cruise control, and you just sort of relax into it, and then suddenly, oh my god, I gotta negotiate around stuff. So let's try and do the difficult to start with. But yeah, I think we're going to get a good 3, maybe 4 hours of daylight on this, which is going to allow me to get quite a bit in. Obviously, we've got much faster working speed now. We've got good width on this. Should be pretty productive, allowing me time, hopefully tomorrow, to be able to sort out that meadow. I don't like that it's sitting there. I don't like that it's more than likely all grown back again, because that's not what we wanted. I may see if I can go over it and get a cheeky extra cut on it, because, you know, that is me. I don't mind getting a cheeky extra cut if we can. And then, yeah, at some point we need to get out, hopefully, and cut our other meadows, which I'm thinking we're going to silage. But I think we'll wrap them for silage rather than put them in the clamp, because it's not going to be a lot. And I might sell that silage, and then, yeah, sell that silage. Am I still on my route? Am I on my route? I am. Yeah, sell that silage and keep feeding the cows just hay for a little while, just so we can make a little bit of money. They are producing milk, so there is income there from them. Try and turn this big boy round. Now I'm going to try just weave around it a little bit, because although we've got that headland in, we don't really need that. or we're not going to use it. We probably should, but we're not going to use it. I guess what you're supposed to do is come out and do them first, and then work the rest of it. That's probably the better way to do it. But I'll crack on, and I'll bring you guys back when I'm a little bit further through. Like I said, I want to try and get quite a bit in this episode. I want to move it along. I want to have some progression. I want to see some different things. Let's lift up the tool, and yeah. So that's my plan, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Well, it's now 9:15, and we're working later than I anticipated and later than I thought we would. But it got to around about 7 o'clock and it was dark, and I was like, oh, should we call it a night and come back in the morning, finish it off like we'd planned? But then I thought, you know what, it's only going to take me a few more hours to get this whole field done, and then I'll be able to return the planter, the drill, and we'd not get charged for a second day's lease. So that's what we're doing. That's why we're working late. That's why we're working right into the night, so that we don't have to pay for that second lease. It's going to save us like $2.5 grand, I think, something like that. Maybe not that much, but you know, it's going to save us. Yeah, I think it's like 1.5 per day, or it might have been $2 grand per day. So it's going to save us a little bit of money for that little extra work in the dark. I don't usually do a lot of night work. I certainly don't normally record much night work, unless maybe it's like a really late harvest that we must get in. I think just because there is the cost on the lease for keeping it, it's almost more important to be finished. If I was going to go over and put wheat, say, in the second field, then I wouldn't worry. We'd keep it and we'd roll on and do the drilling, but we're not. So let's get it done, get it returned, and then tomorrow we can focus on rolling. So we'll lease a roller in the morning. We'll lease it tonight. We'll lease a roller in the morning at some point. I'm probably going to purchase the Red Rock trailer tomorrow, so we can also bring back all our supplies. We'll get our stonks down on the farm. We'll yeah, get a roller, and then we'll get stuck into sorting out that meadow and seeing how I can address that. So yeah, I thought I'd bring you back for that. So I've already just got to finish down the bottom here and we're done. So we'll get this finished. I'll empty out my seeds, I'll empty out my fertilizer. Need to find somewhere to put that. Now I did ask whether we should faff about with machinery to put the pallets and bales, everything away, or should I just sort of super strength it? It was, thanks to Cartech, it was requested that we faff. So we'll need to get some sort of either a skid steer, or if one becomes available, a little mini pallet truck. That'd be handy to move some things about. But there we are, sorted. Get that folded up. Now I'm not sure if we can empty it while it's folded, so I'll get that sorted anyway, and I'll bring you guys back in the morning when we are ready to go make some purchases and some leases. So good morning, good morning. I've collected the Massey, which was still up at the meadow that we did a month ago. It's been sitting out there a while. I was going to try and collect up our milk. Now, we've got just over 2,000 litres, and it's selling at just over £1 a litre, so it's about 2 grand's worth of milk. Now, the milking shed and the door to the milking shed is there. The actual trigger, we'll jump out and have a little look, is unfortunately we can't open this door. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be openable. It's not. Doesn't look like it is. It don't look like a partition. It's a solid door. So, oh, wrong way. Yeah, trigger's there. So I'm hoping that parked here we'll be able to get it. And we can, which is very nice. Okay, so we want our milk. Nice quick fill. So we'll then see where it is that we're selling it. And the dairy is this one here, I believe. Yeah, Robin's Dairy Products. So I think that's where we're going to sell it. I'm not sure if there is anywhere else. No, Robin's Dairy Products is the only sell point. So that's where we'll go. It's 2,058 per 1,000. So if that's 2,000 per 1,000, then it's £2 a litre that we're selling for, or a little bit over £2 a litre. So this could be nearly 4.5 grand here, which is going to come in handy if you look at our finances. We've lost 5 grand overnight. We got like 2 grand back from our lease, I think, paying for wear and paint usage and stuff like wear and damage we paid for, but we got the initial deposit back, and then and then yeah, paid our loan or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's half our loan amount has come out, about 4 grand. So we could get 4 grand for this milk, and it's 2 months worth of milk, or a month and a half, because we went a day without any. This is very pretty. Went a day without any hay in there, didn't we? So I believe this one here is the dairy. Yeah, I see the cow now. Not sure if we're going to worry about buying up too many reductions. That's not really the goal of this one. We just need to save the farm and grow the farm. So we'll sell that. 4,359. So that's not a bad way to start the day. So I'll get this back to the farm, and then we'll probably head up to the store with, I think, the JCB. We'll go there with the JCB, and we'll see what rollers they've got, so we can roll our wheat fields, hopefully get the stones back in, because they're only little stones, get the stones back in, and then just give it that rolled state. That should give us something like a 2% extra yield or something. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, a little extra yield, so we'll do that. So up at the store, we are going to buy the Red Rock 20-foot trailer. Wheels are, let's have a little look. We've got the Continentals, we've got standard design. Let's see what the we might go with both bale racks, or as I tend to do quite a few rounds, so we'll go with both, and we'll keep it red. That's going to cost us 16 grand. We are going to buy this. This is ours. With our stocks loaded up, we'll run this down to the farm, and then we'll come back up and we'll lease the roller. I didn't want to lease the roller and then leave it up here for an hour and then have to pay for it. So we'll do it this way. And our roller of choice, as you can see, is the Vederstad. That was 930 for the initial lease. We're paying 970 for every hour. I believe and hope that that is every real-time hour. And then a daily cost of about 450, 470, something like that. We shouldn't require that. Annoyingly, it's not rolling the stones in. Perhaps if we rolled it before seeding it, the stones might have gone in. I forget. Quite often we end up turning stones off, but I wanted to keep them. I was going to say for the added realism, but the stones never have been very realistic, unfortunately. And that didn't get a fix or an overhaul at all. Which is a shame. Weeds and stones have not improved for FS25. The weeds are no better than they were in FS19, and the stones are no better than they were in 22. But they are there. We've got everything turned on. But this will give us a little yield boost at least. And I'll stone pick next time, probably. We'll see, because we can't have the stones in there. That's going to damage our equipment, and repair costs are extremely high. There is a mod to reduce repair costs that's about, so whether I look to add that, because yeah, repairing and especially repaint costs you multiple times more than what the machine is worth. if I remember rightly. So we're not going to be doing that. I don't tend to do a lot of repainting anyway. I like when the vehicles look worn. It's just me. I sometimes repair things when I sell them, more so because I was I was told to by the community to start repairing when I sell. You get a bit of money back, but you know, it's pennies. It's pennies difference after the cost of repairing. The actual extra you get on your sale is very minimal, I think. But you know, if you're desperate for the money, then obviously you want to do it. If you're a bit flippant like me, then maybe not. So as you can see, I am doing my weird little top end again. Just to get this done. This, I don't know, this shouldn't take too long. A few hours, I think, to get this done. I am a little bit annoyed they're not rolling the stones in, so I'm, you know, I am annoyed at that. But it is what it is. We can't have everything our way, can we? I'm gonna lap around this little island. We'll probably come back, wrap around the other island, and I'll just keep driving around up here until I've done, and then I'll work the up and downs a little bit more traditionally then. Like I said, we should probably come out and do the islands before we do the other stuff. And when we next go for a harvest, I'll try and remember that. We have to be careful. There's a massive pit down there where that attaches in on that cable. I guess they had to go deep to find something to connect to. This one is on flat level though, so just happened to have a hole there. I've almost finished rolling the wheat field. I was going to bring you back right at the end, but just had a little moment where I crapped my pants and almost had a heart attack because the game crashed. Now, I'm not someone that does regular saves throughout my gameplay. I don't save at all throughout my gameplay. The last save that was here was over 8 hours ago. That's how long I've been working on this episode. A little step away for dinner at some points. There's a few hours where the game was just paused. But yeah, I don't generally save my game as I'm doing it. The game it completely crashed, froze as I was doing my rolling. And yeah, I wasn't sure why. I went and looked in my logs to check if it was a map issue or something else. And the only thing I could find was with the JCB. So I tried to load the save again. I'm a risk taker. What I did is I saved the frozen game, because you can always roll back. So I saved the frozen game. I then tried to boot it up, and it got stuck at 99%, which is an unusual percentage, I think, to get stuck at. So I was having a little look, and it was saying it was still trying to load in the vehicles. Everything else was fine. It was loading in vehicles. So I came out, booted the game up again fresh, give it one more try to load the save. Again, stuck at vehicles 99%. So I thought, oh no, I'm gonna have to roll this all the way back. I have to roll it back 8 hours, which would put us back at it'll put me back at needing to do the subsoiling, the the drilling, and everything. Just doing absolutely everything again. But I thought, if it's just struggling to load the vehicles, let's just jump in the XMLs. We'll go in the saves, and we'll pull the vehicle XML out of a rollback save, so from 8 hours ago, and then we'll replace that vehicle file in our current save, because everything else was loading up fine. The map was loading up fine. It wasn't having issues doing anything else. So we came in and it loaded up. So all my vehicles and all my purchases, all my items, were set as they were at 6:30 October 1. So I had to repurchase the seeds and repurchase the fertilizer that we had left over, because what we'd used was already there, because we'd saved the ground textures and everything. That was all there. The work we'd done was there. Vehicles and items were just in the wrong place. So I had to repurchase them. I had to move everything back around again, put things back where they were, and then release the Vader Stat Roller. I think I've set the finances correct. I reimbursed us the things that we'd already paid for because the finances stayed the same from where I'd saved the crash. So I think, yeah, I think 293 was where we were at, because I remember thinking, oh dear, we are, actually I think we had a little bit more. I think we were on 294, so I might have undersold myself about $1,000. But yeah, all our milk was sold still, so everything else was exactly, it was just the vehicles. But I sort of then, as I came in, trying to get back to do my roll-in, and I figured out that the issue was that I've been doing the using the assisted steering with the JCB, and I don't know if anyone else has had this, and it'll completely depend on where you map your controls. I use button 23 on my side panel to activate and deactivate GPS to lock myself in. But also, obviously, before I'd also, I think, set steering type. Steering type, I think I'd stuck on 22 as well. Now, I hadn't had this issue before because I hadn't used the JCB until this this series, and we hadn't done anything that required any sort of GPS with it. We just used it to car things about. And I think in trying to constantly redo the GPS, and I didn't even notice the steering type was changing, so I was doing it because it kicks in like that, and then we jump over and we find our track. But like each time, it would then switch to like crab steering or normal mode, and then four-wheel steering, and then I'd press it again, go back to crab steering, and yeah, I didn't really notice it. But yeah, flicking it through all the time, it just got jammed. I think because it got locked into the GPS and it was starting to pull the vehicle in the direction it didn't want to go, the game just broke. It was like, no, we can't do it. I was breaking the laws of physics in trying to send the vehicle one way with the crab steering, and then trying to stick to the GPS line. So yeah, word of warning, don't put steering direction controls on your GPS control button. It will crash the game. It doesn't like it. But thankfully, you know, we're all right for that. It didn't. It was recoverable. It was recoverable. I did have a little panic, and I thought, oh my lord, if I've got to go back to 8 hours ago of 8 hours of gameplay to be lost would have been absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. I mean, I would have done it. Luckily, I do have one episode already up on the schedule, so I've got a few days before I need this. But I was trying to get a little bit ahead because I've got other things I want to do. But yeah, I need to start saving every now and then in between things. Our little box up the top here as well is bugged out. Our two symbols are just one at the minute, so preparing for another crash. Could be a thing. Right, I finished with the roller. I'm not going to keep it. Oh, I've left some bales out there. I need to get them in. I'm not going to keep it. We'll send the roller back, and we'll go and take a look at the grass. Well, looking at the meadow, it's quite grown, isn't it? When we TED that, how easy is that going to be to see and then to row up again? I'm not sure, but I think we should do it. I think it's probably best we do. But I think this episode might be long enough now. We've done quite a bit, so I'm going to save that. We'll do that next time out. I'm just going to get these bales and stick in the storage shed. I'll then try and put away some of the other things that are about. I think we've still got all the goods. I had to recollect all the goods on, because I had to go and repurchase the fertilizer and the whatnot that we had. So I need to put that away because that's just on the trailer around the back of the storage shed. I might try and put that. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to need it again. I might just Might just pop it in the bale storage shed. I've put the, which is probably gone now as well. I had put the seed and fertilizer that was still in the Bednar in there, so I bet that'll be gone unless that's saved in storage and not in under items. Let's have a little look. Let's see where things are. Because it just gave us those bags I don't like, the ones that are on the the pallet frame. So we just pop these down here. They were on my right. They are there, so they're saved in the storage. So that's good. We've not lost them. Pleased about that. I'll just leave this part here for now. I think that'll be fine. So yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. For me, it's been a hell of a busy one. Like I say, 8 hours I've been at this, with a little break for dinner in between. But we got this subsoiled. We've got it drilled. It's good. It's been rolled. Unfortunately, we didn't get rid of the stones, so that's a bit of a booger. We'll see if we can roll it after we've, I don't know. So if we roll it again after we've harvested, see if they'll go in. Maybe we'll try that. But yeah, so next time out we'll get started on the hay. We'll sort that out. Get that all done. We'll get your words out, mate. I'm so thrown off from having to do that reset. Yeah, we'll get that TED. We'll get it windrowed. We'll bale it up. We'll bring it in, and then I should imagine we'll just make a start on subsoiling this field. I should imagine, and then by the time we've finished doing that, our grass might be ready for another cut. Let's go check. How are we for I think our eggs? I think we've nearly got 1 pallet of eggs, almost. Like 800, 900. Yeah, it's not quite full, is it? What we got on there? Will it tell us? So 677 pieces, but yeah, that's alright. Cows are fine. I do need to get some bedding for them, so whether we go and buy a straw blower or if I test and see if I put some straw in there and find the bedding spot, if I can get that in there, I might try that. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, give it a big fat thumbs up down below. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn the bell notification on, find out when new videos are going live. As always, comments and feedback down there. Massive thank you to the channel members. If you want to support the channel, membership starts from 99 pence. Just click the join button down the bottom there. You all have a wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.